Welcome to Grumpy Plumber. Today, Jim is going to talk about expansion tanks, also known as bladder tanks. We get a lot of questions on these, so we're going to talk about what they are, where they're located in your house, and also common issues that go on with them, especially those noises, because we get a lot of questions on that. Hi, I'm Jordan, and this is my dad, Jim, the Grumpy Plumber.
First, we're going to start with not bladder tanks. We're talking about galvanized tanks. That's the first thing we had on well systems. They used them on boilers, and what they would do is a bladder tank is just a storage tank, but it satisfies the well system. And over the year, maybe the bladder tank would have air in it. When you filled it up, it put air on the top of it. And the water and air would mix, and that was bad because it would bring the pump on and off. And do the same thing with the boiler. It would start a banging sound. Well, nowadays they added bladder tanks. And the first thing you see in a lot of them is on a well system, where they come in and they fill up with it looks like a gigantic tank, but it might only have 12 gallons of water in it. And that's your storage tank, but the bladder adjusts the pressure on it.
So galvanized tanks didn't have the bladder.
Didn't have a bladder.
You started calling them bladder tanks, but the galvanized tanks didn't have the bladder.
They didn't have a bladder. They were operated by the air. Well, now the air and the water doesn't mix. Well, if you go back to the well and it's going on and off, and you have a bladder tank, that means the bladder is going bad. Another thing is you have RO systems, drinking water systems.
Reverse osmosis.
Reverse osmosis. They have a bladder tank too. And that helps for pressure. They have a constant pressure, and it's a storage tank on this. The next thing is water heaters. The big thing is to put an expansion tank on a water heater. And that, they put them on because maybe the manufacturer recommends them to save the water. Well, that's a toss-up to me. How do you know if you need an expansion tank is if you have thermal expansion. And the way I would check for thermal expansion is I put a pressure gauge on the drain of the water heater. I'd open it up see what the pressure is. Then I turn the gas valve all the way up high to kick the water heater on. And then I watch the pressure gauge. If the pressure gauge climbs to like over 100 pounds, or it can climb even more, it'll blow off the relief valve. Then you add an expansion tank. I feel you don't add an expansion tank unless you know why you're adding one. And in the way why you're adding, because you got thermal expansion. Some places you don't have that. You probably wouldn't have it on a well system. You probably, like smaller residential homes with small water system, you might not get that. It comes from the water pressure. They've increased the water pressure so much in residential and stuff. That's where the thermal expansion comes. And it used to be the pressure would build up, but it release itself back into the water system. Well, now the water system pressure is so high. So you have an expansion tank. But a lot of times you don't need it, but you want to know why you need it. You just don't want the guy to sell you one, because now you just created a maintenance problem. Because they only got a life of about 5 years.
So that was a tip for the homeowner, is just challenge the plumber, whoever wants to install the expansion tank, why they're doing it. Maybe even see the test to show that it's necessary.
And another thing is that if it's, a guy's gonna say, well, you have to have it for the warranty. How's a manufacturer gonna know if you got an expansion tank on there? Unless the guy squeals on you, which, if there's a warranty, I believe you got the warranty, people. I'm not gonna fight you on a warranty. As long as the date's in that warranty, I get you a water heater. I hope you get somebody that thinks the same way I do. Boilers have them because it helps fluctuate the pressure. A boiler, the relief valve on a boiler is only set at 30 pounds. And usually you only have about 15 pounds of pressure on a boiler system. These are hot water heat, not steam system, but hot water. So the boiler, if the bladder goes bad, your pressure is going to gain. If the tank goes bad, your pressure is going to gain on that boiler and blow off that relief valve. And you got to remember your city pressure coming in is a lot higher than you have a regulator to keep it down on a boiler to 12 pounds. I hope you understand. So if you have the relief valve blowing off, that means the first thing you'd want to check and see if that expansion tank on that boiler is working on that.
So where to find expansion tanks or bladder tanks in your house? At a well, if you have a well, RO drinking water, that could be in your garage or underneath your sink. Boilers may have one also, and then sometimes water heaters may have them also.
Right. And another thing too is sometimes if you have a hammering sound.
Now we're going to get into issues with bladder tanks or expansion tanks. So he's eager to talk about noises that you hear.
If you, like on a well system, you might hear a noise or the pump going on and off. That means the bladder's bad. The next thing is the RO system, the drinking water system. If you were to take and fill up a pitcher of water, and you normally could do that, and then all of a sudden you only get so much water, like maybe half of a pitcher, then that tells you your bladder's going bad. Or if you hear a noise, a squealing sound, a lot of times that's the bladder whistling on it. So that's one way to replace it. You need a new one there. Another thing is on the boiler, the relief valve will blow off, or constantly drip. That's when you need another expansion tank on it.
So, and then for water heaters?
Water heaters, the expansion tank is so that the relief valve doesn't blow off. So if you do have thermal expansion, it's going to go up to 125 or 150 pounds. And when it gets to that point, it blows off. That's what saves your life, okay? It should blow off and protect you.
So if your relief valve's popping on your water heater, then you definitely need that expansion
Yes,
tank.
right. Another thing people will notice that the older washer and dryers, we used to put what we called air chambers on. Well, now you can buy pre-made air chambers that work pretty good. But you'll get, because the valve shuts off quicker on it, the solenoid valve can close fast and get a hammering sound. If you get that, you can add what they call air chambers to the valves that are in the wall. You just screw them on, and then you screw the hoses onto those. And that's a way to stop that noise.
So if you have a water hammer noise coming from your washing machine,
when you notice when it's running.
When it's running, then you'll need these air chambers installed.
You can put an air chamber in there to stop that.
All right, well, there you go. That's a lot of information on expansion valves or bladder tanks. If you have any questions on a specific noise or any issue you're having with them, leave it down in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching.
Noise is a big question I get all the time. And, it's hard to tell you by people saying, why do I have a noise in the house? Well, I don't live there, so, but I'm giving you ideas.
We should start a podcast. What was that famous mechanic podcast? And people would call in with like noises from their car.
Yeah, right.
Like PBS and
stuff. Yeah, we could do that. Maybe really.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Oh, that is a big thing, is a noise. I've got a lot of things I remember about people and noises.
There you go, folks. He still remembers things.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching.
What was your name again?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You won't see me again.